Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and share something with you all. I had wrote this back in January, and this was like a really, really low place in my um, life. I was really low, and as a matter of fact, I was at my brother's house when I wrote this. It was like on I think a Friday night or maybe Saturday night. But anyways, um, I would flip the screen around, but I'm looking a hot mess, and it's like almost 11 here. So, anyways, I just figured that I'd come on here and read this to you all. So, at the time of my life, my heart was shattered, and I'm gonna read this to you all, and you all will be able to tell how my heart has gotten so much mended back together. It's just unbelievable. Um, so if you are one that maybe your heart's broken, or you're in a place in your life to where you don't even know like what's the next way the road's going to lead, or you know just if you're anxious or overwhelmed, or just going through a storm in your life, just realize during those testing times, God will reveal himself to you, and he will carry you through all these situations. You just have to trust and believe. And at times, whenever you feel like, he's not there, you need to realize that he's there, and he's there, stronger than ever. Because during this time in my life, I learned a lot, and God showed his power to me like really strong during this time. But anyways, I'm just going to read this to you. Um, this was in January, and it says, I was writing about my heart, and it says, if you could see my heart, you would see how broken it is. I feel as if I'm at the lowest of the lowest. It feels as if my heart can't beat anymore, but yet it continues on, very strong, but yet so weak. My heart has been shattered into millions and millions of pieces. I'm searching to put all the pieces back together again. I don't know where my heart is leading me. All I can do is pray and hope it's the right road. My life feels as if I'm at two crossroads. Leading me. All I can do is pray and hope is the right road. My life feels as if I'm at two crossroads. Which one to take? I'm crushed. I'm broken. I don't know. My heart aches with heartache. Somewhere in the midst of this chaotic mess, I still feel peace. A different kind of peace. A peace that speaks of silence. It's in the silence we need to stand still. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand here at these crossroads in my life, and stand. I don't know where God will lead me, but I know within this broken heart of mine, the road that God chooses will be the right one. Somewhere in the crossroads, God will mend my heart. He will put the broken pieces of my heart back together again. Now, during this time, of course, my heart was shattered, and I was going through so much and all of this stuff. And I'm going to share with you this right here happened during this same time. Like, I had wrote this, I think, when I came home. But anyways, this was during that snowstorm that went on back in January. And so God was really there with me this day. My kids stayed there at my brother's house while I had to run down to the store to get some, I think it was some medicine or something for Isaiah because he had been sick. But anyways, it says I was driving to the Dollar General, was at my mama's. There was snow on the ground. I was turning at the curve by Johnny Roberts' house. My wheels lost control, and my car starting doing zigzags and sliding everywhere. It was just me and Noble in the car. It seemed like the car was going to tip over and go in the pond. The car lost control. I knew I was about to wreck. So out loud of my mouth, I said, God be with me. Stop this car. My car done a complete stop. God sure is an awesome God. He didn't have to stop that car, but I spoke it, and He heard my cry, and He answered my prayers. Just like circumstances in our life, if our life is out of control, speak aloud to God. He will stop the chaos. Believe it, and He will make a way. But anyways, I shared that all together because it sort of wraps in together for me during this time. And God's faithful, and God knows exactly what we need. God knows exactly the things that we're going to go through in life. God knows the times that our heart's broken, and God knows when our heart needs to be mended. And God knows exactly the time when He needs to intervene and step in and mend us back together again. But now, I can say, after this and going through all this mess, I can say without a shadow of doubt, my heart has been mended. And all of those hurtful things in my life that like I had once encountered, and all of the pain and bitterness and all that kind of mess, God has really came into my heart and taken that all away, and He replaced that with my husband now, and which He's amazing. He's everything that I dreamed of and hoped for. He's awesome, and I'm thankful that I have that. He loves my kids. He does my kids good, and He treats me good, and of course He loves God, and that's His main desire, is to serve God as well. So God knows exactly what we need, and everything don't happen in our timing, but it's His timing. And but it's good to read this stuff, to look back, and then now in the future, now that I'm in now, God has really restored and put my heart back together again. And it's just something to look back and see how low you were, and then when God steps in, it's like, wow, God is so good. God knows what we need. And without a test, I've always said we don't have a testimony. And during this time of my life right here, Lord have mercy, I was just so shattered, so broken. I didn't know, day after day, how I was going to get my strength to get past that day. I was just so I just was broken. And but during those brokenest times of my life, I knew that I wasn't broken. I mean, I thought I was, but I knew that I wasn't completely broken, because God carried me, and God lifted me up whenever I couldn't even see daylight, and He gave me strength each day. And each day that I would pray and stuff and seek God and stuff, I would get a little stronger. And week after week, I'd get stronger and stronger. So whatever you're faced with in life, just know that you have got to press on. You got to have hope, and you have to know that tomorrow's a better day. And all of the brokenhearted that you have, and you think that you'll never come out of that, or you'll never find someone to love you as much as you love them, or it will happen. You have just got to keep the faith, and whatever your circumstance may be, just know that God's got this. And during that low time of your life, God's there. God's with us on the mountain and in the valley. We just got, during these times, you have got to seek God and put your fully trust in Him, because if you don't, you'll sink. And I sinked a time or two during these times, and I learned so much through all these difficult times in my life. And You know, life is a learning process, and each chapter in our life that we face, it's a learning process. And you know, I'm I didn't want to go through this hurtful time in my life, the broken downness and all this stuff. But I'm thankful that I was here, because now I know, you know, during those times, God revealed Himself to me in a powerful way that I've never experienced Him before, and I had my fully trust in Him, even though I was weak, and even though I couldn't see ahead, I couldn't see that far. But hey, I knew God was there. I knew that God had His hands upon my life, and I knew that God, you know, had me and my kids in the palm of His hands, and I knew that everything was, you know, was going to be okay. Um, I'm just really thankful for that, and I'm just thankful for all the times whenever I was weak that God made me strong, and I'm just so thankful that, you know, God's blessed me with a wonderful husband that I love with all my heart, and I couldn't ask for anything better, you know. And I'm thankful for the friends that I have, the ones that prayed for me during this difficult time. A lot of y'all prayed for me and stood by me, and you know, I'm sure a lot of y'all got tired of hearing the crap that I was going through, but y'all stuck by me anyways. And so y'all know who you are on here. Um, and then those of you that didn't really know, you were still concerned for me, and you know, I just wanted to thank you for all of that. And anyways, my daughter's coming in here, so I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you later.